So the coilover's in, so I'm just jacking up the hub to get the bolt holes aligned in here. And I'll put the bolts in, then I'll tighten the top down. I'll put the brake line, clip that back on here. Just need to get these holes aligned first. Nearly there. Right, I'm going to mess around and try and get these bolts in. So the driver's side coilover is fully in now. I've not set it ridiculously low. It is a lot lower than standard, obviously, but I've not set it ridiculously low just because it needs to get through an MOT first, so I don't want it scraping through the MOT station, because that's probably going to raise some questions. The camber's pretty much set to just neutral as far as I think it is anyway. I'm not 100% what these actually, like, how you control it. I think if it's all one way then it's camber, if it's all the other way it's obviously negative or whatever. I mean, no, negative would be that way, positive would be that way, so it's somewhat neutral right now. But I'll be able to figure all that out later. I'm probably going to try and start on the back one now, or I might do the short shifter kit, but I've got one installed. It was actually fairly straightforward. It took me about an hour roughly to get the old one off and the new one on. But I mean, if you look at the state of the old one, it was absolutely falling to pieces. The spring rusted everywhere. I'm surprised the spring hadn't actually snapped at the top, to be honest, but it looked like it was. I think the passenger side spring's definitely snapped, but this one doesn't look like it has. But I think it would probably have failed on this boot anyway, being absolutely shagged. I've nearly finished respraying that, so I'll wait for that to dry and put the chrome bit back on and it'll look nice, but I'm still waiting for the seal kit for this, so I can't put this on in today's video, but it does look great so far. I've got a new grille coming, because obviously I cut a hole in this one to put this here, but for an MOT I'm going to get rid of all of this racing sort of style stuff. I've got a gasket on the way for the valve cover, so I can take the valve cover off and restore it. I'm going to respray it black with some heatproof paint, and I'm going to try and sand these Toyota letters down so it stands out silver, like not silver but you know what I mean, shiny metal. So yeah, good progress. I'm going to pop the wheel back on. You've just seen me torque it all down and everything, so I'm going to pop the wheel back on, lower it down and see if it is any lower. Well, it'll be a bit lower than this, but I'm not sure by how much, so let's have a look at the fitment. And obviously, like I've just said, right now I'm not aiming for really low goals because it's going for the MOT, so I've just set it real sensible, loads of thread, and it's real high up down there. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling, get the wheel on, lower it down and show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can tell, but it is so much lower. It's on the highest setting basically, but I cannot fit my fist in that gap. What is going to happen when I put it on the lowest setting? It's going to bottom out to the lip probably, like the lip of the rim, and it's a 14-inch rim. So I don't know if it shows well on camera, but you can literally see it sagging to this side because obviously it's only got a coilover on this side at the moment. I don't know if you can tell well on camera, but it really is a lot lower. And this is the highest setting. I can't stress that enough. This is the highest setting that it's on at the moment. This is sensible for MOT. So when it actually goes lower, fuck. I'm going to start on the fuel rail today. I can't put the new one in yet obviously because I'm waiting for the seals, but if the seals come today I'll come back tomorrow and install the fuel rail, so might as well get it all out and ready now while I work out how it all works. Unplugged every single injector here, and taking this ground off this bracket that was sort of like that. I'll put that all back, obviously. I'll probably respray that. And yeah, I'm going to try and dismantle it. Obviously I'll have to release the fuel pressure, so I'm going to get loads of rags underneath this one bolt at the end, take the bolt off, and loads of the fuel's going to squirt out of there, but I'll just wrap it in rags so that it doesn't, it's not loads is going to come out, it's just a little bit, because obviously it's all high pressure, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go. So I don't think I've checked in a while. I got the full fuel rail out, the new one's up there. I've got everything back on it. Here's a sort of before and after picture, because you can compare the old one to the new one, because they're basically the same. It's just the new one can fit these bigger injectors here for the 4E FT, and obviously the engine I've got is just the 4E FE. So yeah, and I'm not sure if this needs replacing or not, this timing belt, because you can actually see the sort of dimples in it, and I've heard that if you can see lines in it, it needs replacing, and you can sort of feel it. So I'm not sure if that needs replacing or not. And I'm not sure if I would be able to do that, to be honest, because I don't really know how all that works with all the pulleys and everything. It's probably quite a big job, but I don't know. So I'm respraying some stuff. One of the mounts for the intake and injectors, and this is the timing cover, obviously. But think I'm going to jack up the rear and have a look at the rear suspension, start on the rear coilovers hopefully, and I'll see where that takes me. I won't really be able to film back there because obviously there's no electricity in my garage, and I can see but the camera can't see very well, and it doesn't pick darkness up at all basically. Even with lights down there, it just ends up blowing out the whole video sort of. Obviously I'm going to check in with you whenever I can and hold torches and everything to sort of angle it so that you can see. But I can't really film back there, and obviously I can't start the car in its current state because it's not got any fuel rail or anything in it. So I can't even push it out because I'd have to reverse it back in. Yeah, I'm going to start on the back and see how far I get with that. So yeah, let's see how we do. It's the old one from the front. Basically the sway bar end link is completely just rusted, and I'm gonna have to drill it out to get the original coilover off, and then put the new one in. Obviously I'm gonna need a new sway bar end link, so I'm gonna have a look on eBay tonight for some of those. I'm obviously gonna need both of them because I bet the other side is gonna be even worse with it being the passenger side in the gutter all the time. So I'm gonna have a look at that tonight. Leave it jacked up in the air. I don't really. It's all secure and safe, so I'm not really bothered. But I'm calling it a video for today. I'm calling the end of the video today. Can't get my words out. So yeah, we've got quite a lot done. We took out all the fuel rail and stuff. I've just blocked it up with some tissue and stuff for now, just so that crap don't get down there. Got the new ignition wires on, the NGK ones, the resprayed fuel rails inside there. Resprayed some other little pieces, but yeah, thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next video when I hopefully install the rest of the coilovers and hopefully the car's actually running. If the injector seals did come today, I'll be able to finish that off. If the injector seals came today, I'll finish that off and come back tomorrow, and I'll be able to get the car running, fingers crossed hopefully. At least, then I'll be able to pull it out and work on it outside where I've got a bit more room to sort of get to stuff, because I don't know if you can see, but working down there is very tight and there's lots of spiders. It's very creepy. Anyway, I'm going to pack up and get going, so yeah, cheers for watching.